So Sarah's asked me to do a video for her. So here's what we've been doing today. So we've straightened up all the cabinets so that the worktops are level, and we fixed these end panels on each end, and also attached the plinth along the bottom, and lined up the worktop so that it's nice and flush. Then we've got a gap down the back, which is the width of a tile batten, which happens to be the same width as our splashback, which will sit at the front, and then some plyboard which will sit behind it to keep it away from the cables. And this is all because the cabin contracts and expands, so it makes it a lot more complicated with attaching everything. But so you can see up here we've got a couple of tile battens which the wall units will sit on. So the splashback will just sit between the worktop and the back of the wall units. And so my next task is to put a couple more up here. So we've got one of the 400 wall units up there. We're actually going to change it so that in this position there's a 600 above the sink, but 400 was a bit easier to test it out. So yeah, and that's how it looks, and then an off-cut of splashback there behind it. So actually over there we've got the splashback cut to size, and you can see one of the holes for the electrics to come through. So we'll cut up this plyboard into strips to go behind the splashback. So that should keep it all nicely in place. You'll notice that this tile batten I put on the left is lower than the other one. That's because we originally positioned it for these small brackets, but actually most of the brackets we've got are this size. So I'm going to have to readjust that one so that they all fit. Yes, I'll update you once we've got them all on. We're just adding a bit of new cable to where it needs to be a bit longer, and Dad is stripping the ends. And we've taken the sockets off the wall here, and we've got to thread them through the splashback, which we've prepared with some spaces to keep it away from the wall. So with some careful measuring, we got the splashback in at the right place first time. And here's the cables poking through. That's just a temporary hold, and we'll put something else there. And so we're going to put the electrical boxes back and then move on to the next one. Here's one of the finishing touches. There we go. Okay, so the boss is back, and we've put up 3 out of the 4 doors on here. Just a couple of, we need to find some different hinges to go for the last one, and then Dad's found some more doors on Facebook Marketplace which we can get for the bottom units, and it's looking pretty good. So here's a bonus little look at the sort of cross section. So we've got the cupboard on these. So that is the cupboard's hanging off that tile batten. So the cupboard is fixed to the wall, and that tile batten down there is just to keep it out at the right distance. And then the splashback has got these little offcuts of wood attached to the back, so the wood is attached to the splashback but not the wall. So the splashback is independent and will slide against the cupboard if there's any expansion or contraction. And so that will be, well, that is sitting on a tile batten at the back of the worktop, and it sits between the worktop and another offcut. that button on the left there is just to keep it in place until we have a more permanent solution. And then, so the cupboards are just attached to the floor and not the wall. And so hopefully that means any expansion or contraction won't cause any issues.